So, welcome back. So, as I said, asked you guys a question in the last lecture and the lecture before that is that when you calculate, okay, the EMF of a cell, okay, that EMF should be equal to the redox potential, reduction potential of the both of the electrodes. If you add them, you will get standard. Now, if I calculate the EMF of this cell experimentally, okay, so will that experimental value will be equal to this one? It is expected. It should be. Okay. But in principle, it's not. Okay. See, it is quite, natural thing. Okay. Logical thing also because there is no existence of ideal gas. There is no existence of a ideal engine. Okay. Means in that case where you get your output efficiency is 100%, where that ideal gas can behave like whatever you want to let it to behave. So, and you can, and it was a particularly a specific model that which can describe all the behavior of the gases. It would have, okay. It does not behave and it does not explain. That's why you give this term non-ideality, right? Okay. Now coming to back our problem here, so in this case also, whatever is expected to be, if I add this to the cell potential, what we get, this is expected to be, we will get in the experiment, but in principle we does not, right? So how, so where it goes? First question. Second question is that if it does not is not equal to what we expect, okay, then how it is getting decreased? Okay, so we have to find a particular logical explanation for that. Okay, so before going to that thing, let's say in this cell particularly, let us think that in this cell a reaction is happening. What reaction is happening? Let's say you have two components A and B, capital A and B, and they are converting to C and D. Let's say this cell reaction is happening somehow. Okay, so let's first write down the reaction, balance reaction. Okay, so this is the balance reaction we talked about. Okay, now this balance reaction, okay, will have a, this is a reversible reaction, right? And this reversible reactions will have a reaction quotient, reaction quotient, and that reaction quotient is defined by Q, right? Reaction quotient is defined by Q. Now, excuse me, okay, reaction quotient, and this reaction quotient, if we talk about thermodynamics here of this particular reaction, this reaction quotient is connected to the free energy of this reaction. And how it is connected? The delta G of this particular reaction is equal to the delta G 0 plus RT ln Q. This you can derive from a basic thermodynamics from your the chemical equilibrium chapter. This is a basic reaction where delta G0 is the standard free energy and delta G is the free energy of this particular reaction. Okay, and Q is the reaction quotient. Okay, so now, and what is this reaction quotient? Is basically the ratio of the product, concentration of the ratio of the product by reactants. Okay, and just quite recap, this reaction quotient at equilibrium, this reaction quotient becomes the equilibrium constant. Okay, that we will figure it out here itself. Okay, now we know this delta G, how this delta G is related to our uh, your cell potential EMF. Okay, we know that delta G is basically minus NF E cell, right? So this is the relation, the delta G minus NF E cell. Now at standard state, delta G0 minus NF E0 cell. Now what I will do here, just this expression, I will put it in place of or what we can write, minus NF E cell is equal to minus NF E0 cell plus RT ln cube, right? Or if I rearrange now, E cell will be equal to E0 cell. Now if I divide with minus NF, so this will be minus RT by NF ln cube, right? So this expression, okay, now, or what we can write here, E cell is equal to E0 of cell minus RT by NF multiplied by 2.303 multiplied by log of 10 base cube, it will base 10 cube, okay. Now this part, if I talk about this part particularly, okay, let's write it here, find it out, okay. So what is RT by NF multiplied by 2.303, okay. Now this N is what? N is basically the number of electrons is exchanged in this reaction, okay. Number of electrons exchanged in this reaction. So this is the quantity which you can, by seeing the equation and seeing the electron change, so you can easily able to calculate. So let's write it out 1 by N, okay. So what is the rest part? RT. Now what is the value of R at standard state? If I put, let's say I'm putting R is 8.314 joule Kelvin inverse mole inverse, right? And what is the temperature? Temperature is 298 Kelvin, right? Divided by F. What is the F? F is basically 96500 Coulomb mole inverse. Okay, and I missed something here. Multiplied by 2.303. Right? Now, here 1 by 1 by N. What is here? If I calculate this, you will get 0.0592 multiplied 0.0592. Now see, Kelvin cancel out, okay, mole cancel out, so what I will get, joule per coulomb, right? Joule per coulomb, that means 1 by this value is 0.059, and joule per coulomb is what we know, joule per coulomb is volt by N. So at standard state at 298 Kelvin, that is at 25 degrees Celsius, okay, if we put the value, we will get 0.059 volt, okay. So let's put it here, or E cell, E0 of cell minus 0.0592 volt divided by N log of Q. Now this equation has a name, okay. This is known as the Nernst equation, okay. This expression is known as the Nernst equation. Known as the Nernst equation. Nernst equation, right? Now see, you can easily able to calculate this is coming joule per coulomb, because mole cancels out, Kelvin cancels out. So joule per coulomb is basically the volt. So this, if you put this 0.0592 volt by N log Q, this is the Nernst equation, right? Okay, this is very easy to find here. So this is a method of this is a derivation of the Nernst equation. This you can get in your exams also. Okay, very easy. Now let's put a special case, okay, where this reactions are in in equilibrium. If I talk about, okay, Acha, let's rub it this one. Reactions are in equilibrium. Now at equilibrium, okay, now before going to this part, let me say you here discuss one tell you one thing is that, excuse me, okay, that this last equation can easily talk about, let's say when you say that E cell is the what is the standard electrode potential. If we add electrode, two electrodes, we will get this E cell, right? Okay, and now this is the theoretical value, okay, that we calculate by pen paper, okay, by using the redox potential, okay, and this is the E cell which we known as the EMF. It is called EMF, electromotive force of the cell, okay, and this EMF what we get from the experiment. Now see, indeed, this particular term 0.0592 volt divided by N into log Q. Okay, now this term has unit volt because this log term is unitless and N is a number, so it has a unit volt. So this term is indeed is subtracted from the E cell. Okay, and this part is comes from where? This Q is comes from the reaction, particularly the cell reaction, what is going on. Okay, and this N is also coming from the cell reaction is going on. Now, let's say if I talk about uh, so what happens at equilibrium? So first, very now at equilibrium, the rate of transfer from the reactant to product. That means the rate of formation of the product and rate of formation of the reactant becomes same. Okay, the rate becomes same. I'm not talking about the concentration. Concentration never same. The rate becomes same. Okay, so what happens in that case? The equilibrium, this cell does not show any kind of deflection. And equilibrium means when a battery, you can say when a battery, this is basically a battery, equation of a battery. So when I say a battery is an equilibrium, that means the battery has EMF 0. Okay. So E cell is my value is 0. Okay. At equilibrium. Now the E cell is 0. That means what? Here, if I put here E cell is 0, then 0 will be equal to E0 of cell minus 0.0592 divided by N. Okay. Now log in terms of instead of Q, what I can write? Equilibrium constant, right? At equilibrium, this reaction quotient is basically nothing but equilibrium constant. And what is the expression of equilibrium constant if I write for the reaction is concentration of C to the power C, concentration of D to the power D, concentration of A to the power A, and concentration of B to the power B. So this is okay. Okay. Now, so or what we can if I let's say transfer this here. So E0 of cell is equal to 0.0592 by N log of K equilibrium, right? Okay. So so or log of K equilibrium is which what is the value? N E0 cell divided by 0.0592 volt. 0.0592 volt. Okay, so this is the value of log K equilibrium. So what you can do by calculating at equilibrium. So this part you can get some numerical and they can ask that a cell is in equilibrium. Okay, a cell is in equilibrium. A cell, let's say of couple, two couples, two metal couples, there is redox couple, and that cell is in equilibrium. At standard state, it is in equilibrium. Now, what will be the equilibrium constant of the reaction? Just put the cell this you can easily calculate this left plus right, but first we have to construct the cell representation. From there you have to define which one is the anode and which one is the cathode, number one. Then you have to write the cell reaction. Okay, then you have to find out the E0 cell, the standard value of the this electrode potential, and then you have to put the then you have to find it out that how many electrons are exchanged, that is the N, and you have to just put the value and get the answer. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, now if I think here about let's say a problem, hmm, a standard problem. Okay, now Let's write the problem first. Okay. A problem, let me see. Let's say you have this reaction. Let me change the color. Good. Okay. Let's say this one. Same. Zinc plus copper plus 2 is zinc plus 2 plus copper. Let's say you have this reaction. Okay. So this is a galvanic cell reaction. Fine. Okay. Now, let's say if you think, okay, so this is a galvanic cell reaction. Now, in this galvanic cell reaction, what you find it out that E0 of cell is 1.10 volt. This you know. This value you already know. Okay, we have already calculated in lecture number 3, might be. Okay, this you know. Now, I am given a problem. Okay, Acha, in exam, this value will not be given. In exam, they will give you the reduction potential of this couple and this couple. You have to find it out. Okay, Acha. Now, given initially means at the begin when you didn't put the solve bridge, before putting the solve bridge the circuit was not complete, so you are not able to connect the circuit and reaction was not started. Okay, so initially the concentration of copper and the concentration of zinc, initially it was how much, let me see, 1 molar. Both of the solutions were in 1 molar solution. Okay, this one. These two solution is a 1 molar solution, 1 molar solution. Okay, these two were the electrodes. This is the ammeter. Okay, this is the what's the before putting your solvage. Now I am putting the solvage. Okay, put the solvage. What will happen now? After let's say 1 minute, after 1 minute, 1 minute you just ran this cell. Okay, what you find it out is copper plus 2 is copper plus 2. Okay, this copper plus 2 concentration is now 0.05 molar. Okay, and your zinc plus 2 solution is 1.95 molar. This you found it out. Because obviously, because the copper 2 will decrease and zinc 2 will increase. So copper 2 solution is 0.05 molar and zinc is 1.95 molar. Okay, you found it out. Okay. Now, what is the quotient? So you have to find it out that E cell. What is the E cell? Now, what is the quotient? Quotient, if I talk about quotient, is basically here the zinc plus 2 multiplied by copper divided by copper plus 2 divided by zinc. Okay. Now, as we know that these two are the pure substances, solid substances, right? These two are pure solid substances. So their concentration is unity. So zinc plus 2 divided by concentration of copper plus 2. Right? So what is the value of this? If you talk about zinc plus 2 is 1.95 and copper plus 2 is 0.05. Okay. So you will get a particular value. Achha, let's keep it in this way. Let's keep it in this way. Okay. Now, what is the value of E cell then? E cell is basically, we know E0 of cell minus 0.0592 volt divided by how many electrons are transferred here? 2 electrons are transferred. So n equal to 2. 2. Let's say here n equal to 2. So multiplied by log of 1.95 by 0.05. Okay. Now if I put here instead of this E cell, I will put here 1.10 volt. 1.10 volt. Now the value what the get I will get the value is 1.05 volt. So now indeed if we start from a 1 molar concentration after 1 minute, let's say if these two were the case, where the concentration of copper 2 ion is 0.05 and zinc 2 is 1.95. So indeed in that case, by using the cell electrode potential value 1.10, I will get the cell is 1.05. So that is a lesser compared to what is the electrode potential. Okay, so this is the actual case. I'm not saying that this value we will get, near to this value we will get, and that value is will be depend on the particularly these two values, which is what? Which is the concentration. Okay, so that means this concentration, when you tune the concentrations, your value of the electrode potential is also changes, the EMF, and that results the changing in the EMF of the cell. Now, okay, so that's why from the expected is 1.10, and instead of getting this, what you are getting experimentally 1.054. Okay, so these all from this Nernst equation and the electrode potential and the how do you calculate the EMF of the cell. Okay, so I am finishing this lecture, and what you have to do, you just read your book, okay, whatever book you have, and this part particularly has very huge number of numerical problems. Okay, huge number of numerical problems is there. So you just go and study those numerical problems, and if you have any doubt, so write down. Okay, write down in the comment section also, and let me know, and I will try to solve those problems. So till then, wait, I will see you in the next lecture. Okay, bye.